let's be real. If you have a 10-man team making 40 calls a day, that's 2,000 calls a week. And if we assume an average call length of 5 minutes, that's something like 165 hours of audio per week. And no manager can review that. And that's why managers review less than 1% of calls. In this video, we are breaking down the 6 best conversation intelligence platforms in 2026, who each one is built for, what they do well, and where they start to fall apart. Let's start with the company that basically defined this category, Gong. Gong records your calls, transcribes them, analyzes them, and turns those conversations into pipeline intelligence. It shows managers which deals are stalling, which reps are following the playbook, what objections keep showing up, and even which questions tend to correlate with closed won deals. Downside is the price. Gong is very clearly built for larger companies. Pricing isn't public, contracts are typically annual, and the implementation takes real onboarding. And honestly, if your team has 8 reps making a handful of outbound calls every day, it's like getting Verstappen to get you through the morning commute rush. But if you have the budget and the operational maturity to use it properly, Gong is still a benchmark everyone else gets compared to. The next one on the list is probably the most mentioned Gong alternative in 2026. CloudTalk. And here's why it's different from everything else on this list. Most conversation intelligence software sits on top of your phone system. CloudTalk is the phone system with the AI already built into it. So picture the workflow when your rep finishes a call. Before they even start typing notes, the AI has already generated a transcript, summarized the conversation, pulled out the key topics, scored the interaction, and synced everything directly into the CRM. The rep just moves on to the next call without doing any admin work. And because it's full business phone system, it also connects natively with platforms like HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive, Zendesk, and 100 more. That's a big reason smaller and mid-sized teams gravitate toward it. With plans starting at $19 per user monthly on annual billing, the pricing also lands in a completely different category from Gong. Alright, if you're a Gong fan but want to see what the other big players look like, Chorus might be worth a look. Chorus is owned by ZoomInfo, and it's the other heavyweight in this category. It records calls and meetings, analyzes conversations across the pipeline, highlights deal risks, and gives managers structured coaching workflows. Where Chorus becomes especially attractive is if your company already lives inside the ZoomInfo ecosystem, because the prospecting data and the conversation data starts feeding into the same workflow. That integration is genuinely useful. However, like Gong, Chorus is priced for enterprise teams, and its implementation takes time. Now let's shift from enterprise sales platforms to something much more practical for existing HubSpot teams. HubSpot Conversation Intelligence. If your sales process already runs inside HubSpot, this is probably the easiest platform on this list to start using. HubSpot automatically records and transcribes calls, makes conversations searchable, highlights keywords, and attaches everything directly to the right deal and contact. And because it's native to the CRM, setup is refreshingly simple. That's really the biggest advantage here. Everything already lives in one place. Its biggest limitation is depth. Compared to the other tools on this list, the analytics are lighter, the coaching capabilities are less advanced, and you need higher tier sales hub plans to unlock a lot of the functionality. Now, we are going to switch gears completely because the next platform isn't built for sales teams, it's built for large customer service and contact centers. Genesys. It includes conversation intelligence features like speech and text analytics, sentiment analysis, AI-powered agent assistance, supervisor coaching workflows, and omni-channel support across voice, chat, email, and social. And it's built to operate at enterprise scale. We're talking thousands of agents, not 10 SDRs making cold calls. The trade-off is exactly what you expect from software built for organizations that large. Implementation takes time. Pricing reflects the scale, and smaller sales teams will almost certainly find it excessive for what they actually need. So the biggest thought from this video you should take with you: if you want the phone system and the conversation intelligence in the same platform with transparent pricing and a much faster rollout, CloudTalk is probably the most balanced option on this list. If you want to test it yourself, there's a 14-day free trial link below. Thank you for watching this video. If you find it interesting, give it a like and subscribe. It helps this kind of content reach to people who need to see it the most. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.